What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Monday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have 8 games on the main slate tonight, and it's looking like a really nice main slate. There's not really any injury news, really important injury news that we have to wait on outside of Tyrese Maxey being questionable. Apparently, Joel Embiid is questionable, but it looks like they might be making a big decision on what they do with his knee because it's not healing right. So we'll have to wait on that news. I'm going to assume that Embiid isn't playing tonight, but I can only assume that. Doing a free Guru credit code in this video, as I tweeted earlier. Give this video a like, subscribe. I do appreciate you guys and all the support. I'll give you that code after the first couple of my plays. Had a huge weekend, ended up not playing NBA yesterday because I was sweating PGA, and it was a no-name tournament, the Mexico Open, and I was not expecting the weekend that I had, and came in 6th out of 13,000 people. I was winning first for a while at $20K. Luckily, I entered the lineup twice in the $9, so turned $18 into over $2,600. Unfortunately, I did have this as the cash lineup on my website, but not only do people not usually buy golf, but especially for a tournament like the Mexico Open, I didn't expect much traction on it, so it seems like a lot of people missed out. I don't know who this Ravish Grick Rude guy is, but he was the only other guy in this tournament who had the same lineup as me. I don't know if that was a coincidence or he got it off of my website. Either way, we ended up splitting 6th, had a really tough finish from Alex Smalley, went 3 over on the back 9. Again, I was the favorite to win that tournament yesterday, so while I'm grateful that we won $2,600, I'm still pretty upset with the finish. It's basically, from how I was looking on Sunday, the worst finish I could have had. But nonetheless, just wanted to show you guys that one of my best days I've had in over a year, and it came from the Mexico Open in golf. I'm doing a giveaway on Twitter. I'm giving $100 to one of you guys who likes this tweet that's pinned to my profile. I'll be paying that winner via PayPal on Tuesday night. So let's get into the value plays. Again, I really like this slate. A lot of things have developed throughout today with injuries and guys being out that has opened up a lot of value plays. We have Nikola Jokic on this slate. He screwed us last slate against the Lakers, but I do expect a bounce back from him. We have cheap value to get to Jokic. So much cheap value, I think we can get to Harden too. James Harden looks like a must-play. If Jokic is a must-play as a superstar tonight, Harden is the next best thing at 9,400. We have Kawhi Leonard and Norman Powell out once again. And what happened last time that happened? 35 minutes, 66 fantasy points. James Harden, he has completely revived his career. He was looking like he was going to decline with the Nets. Didn't look like he wanted to play anymore. And he's been a stud for the Clippers. And unanimous Hall of Famer, in my opinion, already. Played 49 minutes against Utah, 66. He has 65 plus fantasy points in 2 out of his last 3 games. This is a cheap price. If FanDuel were to reprice Harden here tonight without Powell or Leonard, he'd be definitely 10K, probably the same price as Cade Cunningham on the other side in this game. Really like James Harden. And by the way, I forgot to mention, I got the dark mode. So the dark mode on FanDuel on the mobile app has been a thing for like 6 months. But just recently, I don't know if it happened last night or today, they have the dark mode on the desktop now, which I love. My little webcam in the corner is blocking it, but if you want to enable it, hit your profile picture next to your balance, and you'll see dark mode, and there's a little switch. It's the first option when you click your profile picture. I really like the dark mode in everything possible. I don't like the white screen. My Twitter's dark mode. I think it looks real nice on the desktop too. Just wanted to point that out because that was a developing thing that I noticed this morning. But I like James Harden at point guard. I'm not going to leave you guys a ton of remaining salary here, but I do have to just touch upon the guys that are sticking out to me a lot. And again, there's going to be plenty of cheap guys later on tonight. For shooting guard, I'm not going to lie. I forgot. Oh, that's who it is. Keontae George, 6,400. We had him 2 nights ago on the 22nd on Saturday, and he smacked the Rockets 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 47.6 fantasy points. Not only are the Jazz without Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson again tonight, but now we add on Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler. So the Jazz, as gross as it is at home, are going to be the best value team on tonight's slate, and it's not going to be close. They are without 4 of their 5 starters. Even if Keontae George doesn't start, he didn't start on Saturday, and he played 29 minutes off the bench and cooked. You're going to get Isaiah Collier as the starting point guard, and I think they started Bryce Sensabaugh at shooting guard last game. Whether he starts or not, he's going to play 30 minutes and see a ton of usage. Even Isaiah Collier is going to be a good play tonight at 6K as well. But I really like Keontae George just because he did so much for us on Saturday. But like I said, 4 or 5 Jazz players are going to be very viable in any contest tonight because Walker Kessler's out, Lauri Markkanen's out, and they're still without Jordan Clarkson and Colin Sexton. So Keontae George looks fantastic at 6,400. For that Guru credit code, go to my website, FD-Guru.com. This is where you get all lineups. If you happen to get on my PGA Golf, you would have got it here. FanDuel, it was the cash lineup last week. That banger of a lineup. MLB right around the corner, honestly. I mean, we have just over a month, 5 weeks until opening day. Extremely excited for that. And then NBA, obviously. FanDuel and DraftKings, you use the Guru credits at the shop page to buy my FanDuel and DraftKings lineups. It's the universal currency on my website, and you can get 15 free credits if you type in today's promo code, and that's the date, all caps, Feb 24, NBA 25 for the year. Again, all caps, Feb 24, NBA 25, and you'll get 15 credits. Give a couple seconds for the page to reload itself, and you'll see those credits go into your balance. You have to be signed into an account for this to work, or else the credits have nowhere to go. So make an account if you haven't yet. It takes a second. No card required. Just got to verify an email. And again, like this video, guys, I like to do as many giveaways as possible. And again, I appreciate that support. Small forward, I had talked about Maxey being questionable. Joel Embiid probably not playing tonight, but who knows? It's just all speculation right now. I've given a lot of expensive guys, and I've kind of already given away that I'm going to be throwing Jokic in there too. So I do like Paul George a lot tonight in this matchup against the Bulls. He's not going to be in this video, though, because it's too many expensive guys. But Paul George is going to be a play more than likely tonight. Even if Maxey does play, the matchup against the Bulls couldn't be any better. He's projected for 38 fantasy points, so he looks good. But we're going to go with his teammate. Playing right alongside next to Paul George. Quentin Grimes looks like a top-tier value play on tonight's slate. $5,500, projected for 32.5 fantasy points. He only needs 27 to hit value. He has a 54 spot 3 games ago, got 35 last game. Playing stupid minutes. And if Maxey does play, it's still going to be fine, especially if Embiid's off the court. If Maxey's out, we're going to have to do everything we can to just stack Sixers, which is gross, but they do have a great matchup against the Bulls. Paul George and Quentin Grimes are already very much in play. If Maxey's out, we're going to have to look at other people like Kelly Oubre and, all that jazz. But Grimes looks great one way or the other tonight. He's going to play in a close game anywhere from 33 to 37 minutes. And like I said, he's been playing really well since he got traded over to the Sixers. The Sixers don't exactly have a lot of guys to depend on offensively outside of Maxey and George. So Quentin Grimes has fit really well into this starting lineup, and he looks like a great value play. I think he should be more towards 6,200, 6,500. I really think he's the same play as Keontae George tonight, and he's $900 cheaper. Power forward, I talked about Jazz. Their potential starting lineup could all be in play. We're talking Collier, talking Keontae George, who isn't probably going to be in the starting lineup, but still in play. Bryce Sensabaugh, my power forward here, Kyle Filipowski. I mean, you got to play him with Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen out. John Collins is out too. I mean, they're without everyone. So, I mean, Filipowski should be in all of your lineups. Depending on who else starts, Micah Potter could maybe be in the mix tonight as a big with everyone out, but Filipowski is the much safer play. He has a better chance of playing. He was getting, anywhere from 15 to 17 minutes a game, even with all of their bigs healthy. And the fact that, their three main bigs, Markkanen, Collins, and Kessler, are all out tonight, Filipowski's going to play a ton of minutes, and when he plays a lot of minutes, he can crush. 37 minutes against the Clippers a few games ago, 30 fantasy points. At this price, he needs just at this $4,500 price, he needs just 22 fantasy points. So he's going to arguably be the best value play on this slate. I'm going to have a hard time getting away from him. And there's a decent chance I have not only 3, but maybe 4 Jazz players in my cash lineups tonight. Another positive thing in this game is they're not playing a good team, really, where we're going to worry about a blowout. They're at home against the Blazers. The Blazers have been playing well as of late. They just absolutely blew the doors off of the Hornets, but it's a 5-point spread, and this game should stay competitive. So these Jazz value plays are going to be huge pieces on tonight's slate, and it starts with Keontae George, and it starts with Kyle Filipowski at 4,500. And then for center, I talked about Jokic. We're going to have to find a way. I love James Harden. I love Jokic. I don't get to pick Jokic often. Last game was the first time I picked him in quite some time, and he was a major disappointment. Do I hold a grudge over a player like Jokic? God, no, because as soon as I get off of him, he will drop a 70 spot. So I think I decided to pick him on his worst game of the year. I don't think he's ever gotten under 40 fantasy points until last game against the Lakers. Still got a triple-double. If there's ever such thing as a unimpressive triple-double, it was what Jokic did on Saturday while they got blown out by the Lakers. So I expect a big bounce back tonight. The matchup couldn't be any better in Indy. 5-point spread in favor of the Nuggets. Should stay close. 245 over-under. I mean, Jokic has the chance to easily get towards 70 to 80 fantasy points tonight. I think we need those raw points on this slate. And like I said, there's going to end up being plenty of cheap value where we can confidently spend up on Jokic. That'll do it for this video, guys. Give it a like. Punch in that Guru credit code. Let's have a huge Monday night in NBA. Vibes are going really well for me, coming off of that huge golf win. So this could end up being a monstrous NBA week. Immaculate vibes. I would suggest that you get those credits, get some of my lineups tonight, and ride out with me. And let's get after it. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.